There's only a few weeks left in the regular season, and these are the games that really matter. Let's take a look at the official ACWPC Division III and National Top 20 poll results. We begin in Division III. Laverne lost twice over the weekend, so they are back on the board at number 10. They were good losses, though, if there is such a thing. The Leopards took a 12-17 loss to Pomona-Pitzer and a 14-11 loss to Cal Lutheran over the past week. They'll take on Redlands tonight and Chapman on Sunday. The Blue Jays take a slice of number 10. They had a 2-goal win over Mount St. Mary's and received a 10-16 loss at the hands of the Bucknell Bison. Augustana remains at number 9. They're in the middle of a long rest period that will end with a match against Washington and Jefferson. MIT also had the week off. They stay at number 8. Oxy Water Polo took on Chapman University this past Saturday. In the final seconds of the third quarter, the Tigers are down 3-11. Aiden Colley found the back of the net and gave Occidental hope. When the fourth quarter began, it was an all-out barrage. The Tigers tacked on 5 straight to make it 9-11. 2:36 left in the fourth. Everett Prusak completed his hat trick for the day and broke up the Occidental onslaught. But that left them 1 goal short of what would have been a legendary comeback. Chapman takes this one 12-11, and both teams have plenty to be proud of. Whittier stays in a 5th place tie with Chapman. The two teams will actually see each other tonight in Orange. Cal Lutheran takes the number 4 spot for the 2nd straight week. The Lancers found wins over Whittier and Laverne last week. They'll take on Occidental tonight and Pomona-Pitzer this Saturday. Redlands, CMS, and Pomona-Pitzer continue their game of musical chairs. The Bulldogs take 3rd this week. Redlands faced off with the Claremont Mud Scripps this past Saturday. The two teams were tied at 7 at the end of regulation. Dean Moody took the Bulldogs up 1 before Thomas Walker and Nick Kennedy tipped the scales the other way. CMS took the 9-8 overtime win. The Sachens took a loss to San Jose State on Saturday, but proved their might over Air Force, LIU, and UC Merced. Pomona-Pitzer will take on CMS tonight. All right, now let's head over to the National Top 20. The Midshipmen take number 20. They fell to George Washington on Friday, but picked up a 15-12 overtime win over Mount St. Mary's on Saturday, and a 14-13 overtime win over Bucknell on Sunday. Brown comes in at number 19. Santa Clara slips down to number 18 after winning 2 out of 3 over the weekend. LMU remains at number 17. The Lions fell to Pepperdine by a score of 10-12. That L extends their losing streak to 5. They take on Santa Clara this Saturday. Cal Baptist is your 16th ranked team. Harvard falls 1 position to number 15 after dropping 3 out of 4 games during their West Coast trip. They'll be back in Cambridge this Saturday for a meeting with MIT. UC Santa Barbara ascends to number 14. San Jose State settles into number 13. They were defeated by Fordham last Thursday, but bounced back with wins over Fresno Pacific, Pomona-Pitzer, and Harvard on Saturday and Sunday. The Spartans will be in Irvine this weekend. UC San Diego sits tight at 12. They took a 12-13 overtime loss to Long Beach State and a 20-8 win over Whittier the following day. And it looks like if you make it to their game against UC Santa Barbara this Friday, you'll get a free bandana. Usually we charge the big bucks for an ad like that, but this one's on the house. UC Davis remains at number 11. Pepperdine starts to climb back. They share number 9 with Long Beach State. Beach recorded that golden goal overtime victory over UC San Diego. They have Cal State Fullerton on Friday. UC Irvine is back at number 8. The Anteaters had a great weekend. They eked out a 14-13 sudden death overtime win over UC Santa Barbara on Saturday, then continued the streak with a 13-12 victory over Pepperdine. UCI will travel north next weekend for bouts with UC Davis and San Jose State. It was a work-free weekend for the Cal Bears. They take number 7 once again. They resume play on Saturday when they host UCLA. Princeton remains at number 6. The Tigers also found some much-needed rest after their big trip to the West Coast. They'll get back at it against LIU and Iona on Saturday. Pacific falls to number 5. You'll see why in a second. The Fordham Rams stand alone as the only undefeated team in the NCAA. Let that sink in. These new Bronx Bombers went out west and took wins over UC Santa Barbara, San Jose State, UC Merced, Air Force, and the then 4th-ranked Pacific Tigers. For the remainder of the regular season, the Rams will not see a new opponent, meaning they've already defeated every team that they will face. They'll take on George Washington and Navy on Saturday and Johns Hopkins on Sunday. The UC Davis Aggies paid the Trojans a visit down in SoCal. They were within 1 goal at the end of the first, but USC ran away with it. The Trojans defeated the Aggies 18-10. USC has 4 more ahead of them. They'll face Stanford on Saturday, Cal on Sunday, UC Santa Barbara on November 10th, and they'll round out the regular season at UCLA on November 16th. Stanford comes in at number 2. The Cardinal made quick work of Air Force on Friday. They defeated the Falcons 23-8. And while we're talking about it, we just want to call out some great play for Air Force. Sophomore Tom Leggett posted 22 goals and 7 assists over the weekend. He passed the 100-goal mark on the season and is the first player in team history to record 2 100-goal seasons. Congratulations to Cadet Leggett. And UCLA remains the top-ranked team for a second straight week. There's no score to report on for the Bruins as they had the week off. However, their final 3 games of the season might prove to be their toughest. They'll take on Cal on Saturday, Stanford on Sunday, then they'll host USC on November 16th. And those are your top teams in the nation. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, talk about us behind our backs, whatever you need to do to stay up to date with Water Polo Nation. We'll see you next time.